Hi everyone, I am really sorry that I've been a little bit absent recently, but I'm back and I've got lots more content to share within the next few weeks. We've just all gone back to school and work, but during the holidays we went on a family trip. For a couple of days we went to stay in Dudley, which is in Worcestershire. And we stayed in a hotel up there, and I wanted to share our trip with you. On the way up, we went to a National Trust site. I love National Trust buildings and gardens, and this particular one really appealed to us because there's a really big play area, two big play areas, and there was an RAF museum. Obviously my son is a little bit older and he's into military history. My daughter isn't, but we felt that that was quite a good balance, and actually it was a really great place. I wanted to share that with you. It was called Croome in Worcestershire, and then whilst we were up there we visited the Black Country Living Museum, which was fantastic. We were able to use the children's Blue Peter badges, so they got in free, which was great. It was a real bonus. So I want to share our trip with you today. So we went up to Croome, and what was interesting about it is that it used to be an secret RAF airbase. So there was quite a big play area, and it was themed as an RAF airbase. So there was a little command bunker. The slide was sort of in the shape of a downed aircraft, you know, that kind of thing. So that was really interesting and a bit different. There was a really nice natural play area for the children to go into, so there were things that they could climb on. There was den building, which was great, and there were lots of things that they could do that was all natural, all out in the open, and kept them busy for quite a long time, so that was good fun. The house itself was an absolutely amazing setting. It was quite a long walk away from the entrance area, but if you were struggling with that, they did have little golf buggies that you could use to take you up to the house. But the house is empty as such. It's a very large house, but it's in the most amazingly beautiful setting, which we all really enjoyed. Inside the house there were some exhibitions going on, so there was a Grace and Perry exhibition of tapestries that were quite interesting. There was some ceramics and other art, but there was also lots of information about the house itself. It was a boys' school for a while, so there was a lot of information about that, which was all really interesting. So in the cellars, in the basement area, which would have been the servants' quarters and the butler's pantry and things like that, and the kitchens, there were also lockers that would have been for all the boys' things and their shoes. They had quite an interesting shoe exhibition on, and the children could try on different shoes. There was also some Easter activities going on in the house. So we also visited the RAF museum. It's called Defford, RAF Defford. That was really interesting and told lots of the stories about the people that used to serve on the RAF base. There's not really a huge amount of evidence left that the site used to be an airbase, but it was a very interesting story. Lots and lots of information that you could read. bits that were interactive as well for the children to keep them interested. So we really enjoyed our visit to Croome. I would definitely recommend it as a National Trust site to take the family. On the second day we visited the Black Country Living Museum. It's basically what was a very large site. At one stage it was a derelict waste ground, and what has happened over the years is that they have moved historic buildings onto the site. So historic buildings that would have been lost and demolished have been rescued and rebuilt as they were on the site. And it was amazing because there were rows of shops, rows of houses, properly constructed streets, a canal, things like that, that you could wander around. In the shops you could go in and buy sweets, you could go into the bakery and buy things. All the people were dressed and in character, and you could ask them questions.
Now we roll it out into a special kind of shape, and it's known as the pill tube. So it's long and thin. Now the trick was you had to get it the right diameter all along, because each pill would then have the same amount of medicine. You then place it on the cutter. Then, what's happening? So what you're getting out here are some little pills, right?
So there was also a mine that we could have gone in, but there were quite long queues for that, so we didn't end up doing that. There was a tram and other really beautiful old cars that were driven around. There's a garage as well which had lots of cars inside with their own history that you could find out more about, and it was a really fascinating experience and a fascinating site. There has been some filming gone on there, so parts of Peaky Blinders was filmed there, so that was quite interesting to find out about as well. So it was a really different and interesting day out. It's something that I would highly recommend for older children who have an interest in history and can appreciate it. The shops, the way that the things were done in the houses was absolutely amazing. The attention to detail was fantastic. So there was at one stage I went into what was an old house, and you could go into the kitchen, and there were so many things in there that reminded me of my grandmother. The way that things looked, even the way that things smelled, and it just brought back all of these memories, and it was just really fascinating, really interesting place to visit. Thank you for joining me today with my video on our little trip away. We had a really brilliant time. We did visit another National Trust on the way back, but I'm going to do the separate video about that because I think this video is going to be too long. It was so good to go away, just to get away from work and be thinking about something else and focusing on the family. It was great, so I just wanted to share that with you today. If you're not one of my subscribers, then of course I would love to have you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!